The Action Project is a group of advocates working internationally to mobilize resources for the disease and also raise the profile of the disease so that more people are aware and are engaged in the fight against TB. In India, we are the number one TB burden country in the world. 21% of TB is in India. And when you talk about deaths, it's close to 1,000 people that die every day in India. And new cases, 1.6 million new cases a year, of which 800,000 are positive, who have the actual disease. And strange as it sounds, these numbers are just statistics. People are not motivated by them. The treatment is free, it's available, and yet that many people die. And that's the sad thing about the tragedy about TB in India. What the Action Project does is try and work at two levels. One is at the district level, at the grassroots level with people, try and raise awareness of what the disease is, what the treatment is, what your rights are, how you can go about making sure that you can avail the services that the government provides. But we also want to do is engage political will, in India, the MPs or parliamentarians, and get them involved in the fight against TB. So we look at trying to have a parliamentarian focus group on TB. We look at hosting delegations, like congressional or parliamentary delegations from other places to interact with our parliamentarians to just broaden the scope and influence that they have in the fight against TB. It's such a mindset in India that when we say, okay, we need to approach the MP in your constituency, they say, no, it's not something we can do. Maybe he's not interested in meeting us. He has other things to do. And so it's trying to change that mindset to say that, listen, the MP is an elected official. He represents you in your constituency. He has to listen to you, and you have to go to him when you have problems. And when we can break that barrier, and then when people can go and actually approach their MP, I think that'll be a huge paradigm shift in the way people think and how we can get MPs involved in healthcare, and specifically, of course, for us in TB. The major dropout happens in the first 2 months. People tend to drop out quickly for a number of reasons. Within the first 2 months, symptomatically they get better. They don't have the symptoms anymore, and they say, "Oh, I'm cured, and I don't need the remaining 4 months." So, if we could find a regimen that completes the entire course within 2 to 3 months, then you'd have a lot less dropouts. When we talk about infection control, one of the things is that we encourage people to wear a mask. But when you do wear a mask and you go, into your office or the bus or wherever it is that you're going, people say, "Oh," they look at the mask and they say, "No, we don't want to sit with this person." But what they don't understand is that person is wearing the mask not for themselves, because they already have TB. They're wearing the mask for you. They don't want you to get the infection. But yet we ostracize them for that very same thing. So I think it's important for the community to understand that they need to accept the person, and once they do, they understand that, then the whole stigma associated with the disease can go away.